Okay, let's look at page 96. Okay, we're going to discuss one question first before we read through the passage. Okay, this is, we look at activity B. Work with a partner. Think of some activities people enjoy that can be dangerous. What makes them dangerous? Okay, so we're going to do this discussion in class first. Okay, can anyone think of some activities that people enjoy doing but that can be very dangerous? Can you think of any?
Teacher, I got an idea. From the top they will flew away down, but I forgot the name. Yeah, I shall
Bungee
tell you.
jumping, right? Okay, yeah. Bungee jumping is very exciting. A lot of people like doing that, but it is very dangerous, right? Okay, what makes them dangerous? The height, yes. Yeah, you jump from a very high place. And then what if your safety belt is not fastened very well? Okay, so that will be very dangerous. Okay, so this is the first activity. Work with a partner. Think of some activities people enjoy that can be very dangerous and what makes them dangerous. Okay, record the discussion with your partner and upload the audio here. Okay, so let's continue with our textbook activity. Okay, read the title of the text. Where do you think this activity is taking place? Okay, what is the title? What is the title? Deep into darkness. Okay, so deep into darkness. So where do you think this activity takes place? Where is this place? Deep into darkness. That means this place is very dark and you go deep into it. So where could it be? When you look at the picture, you look at this picture, this person is in a place. Where is this place? Under the sea? Is it under the sea? Look carefully. Does he have an oxygen tank with him? He doesn't have oxygen tank. He was not wearing swimsuit. So it's not under the sea. So where could it be? Yes, in a cave, right? You know what's a cave? Now, these are caves, you know? Have you been to any caves? Can you name me some well-known caves in the world or some well-known cave in Malaysia? Batu Caves, yes. Okay. All right. So we are going to read a text about cavers. Okay. Cavers means the people whose job is to explore the cave. Okay. All right. Before that, we go through the text very quickly. I give you about 1 minute time to go through from the beginning until the end of the text. Okay, to roughly have an overall idea of what this text is about. Okay, but at this stage you don't have to go through the details yet. You don't have to bother about words that you don't understand yet. You just go through one time very quickly to get a general idea of like each paragraph, what is it all about. Okay, so I give you 1 minute time. Okay, as you have gone through the text just now, you must have noticed that there are some blanks here, right? Some blanks here and there, you know. These are called gaps. Okay, that means there are some missing words in the text. Okay, there are 10 gaps in this text. Okay. Okay, so before we go into the details of the text, okay, we read through the exam close-up. Okay, you see exam close-up here. All right, reading around the gap. And so these are some tips. These are actually like some answering techniques for you to how you can answer this kind of question. Okay, reading around the gap. Firstly, you read the text quickly to get a general understanding of it. Okay, so this is what we have done just now. Okay, then the second step, then reread the sentences with gaps and try to think of a word that could fit before you look at the answer options. Okay, so here in your textbook, it does not provide you any answer options. Okay, but later in the task in your Google form, I have provided you some answer options that you can choose. Okay, all right. Afterwards, read the answer options. Okay, that means the first time you read the text very quickly. The second time you reread the sentences with gaps without looking at the answer options, but you try to think of a word that could fit in. All right, after that only you read the answer options. Okay, start by eliminating the obviously wrong answers. Do you know what is eliminating? What is eliminating? Can anyone tell me? Do you know what is eliminating? Eliminate, cancel, cut out. Okay, so you cancel out the obviously wrong answers. Sometimes out of A, B, C, D, some answers you know that is, of course, this is totally wrong. So you can cut it out first, can eliminate it first. Okay, and then focus on the options that are left. Maybe there is one answer that is obviously wrong, you just cut it out. So focus on the other three. Okay, sometimes two answers seem possible. So read around the gap so you understand the complete sentence. Okay, so sometimes there are two answers that are very close to each other. You cannot decide which one is correct. Then you have to, maybe you have to try to fit in both of the answers in the gap. Okay, and reread the sentence again to see whether it fits right or not. Okay, so we are going to do this now. Okay, so this is your exam task. Read the text and choose the correct word for each space. For each question, mark the correct letter A, B, C, or D. Okay, so I have already prepared the answer options. Okay, but before we look at the answer options, we try to think of the words on our own first. Okay, so now let's look at number 1. Okay, so paragraph 1 is about a caver named Steven Alvarez. Okay, so here describe something about his job. Okay, is to travel around the world exploring different caves and take photographs of the cave. Okay, all right, the first gap. Okay, everyone look at number 1. Key to climb mountains to reach some caves or dive deep down to search for underwater caves. Okay, before we look at the answer option, can anyone tell me, can you think of any words that could fit in here? I want you to type in your chat box. Okay, you type in your chat box. Loves, Aishwarya say love. He loves to climb mountains to reach some caves or dive deep down to search for underwater caves. What about the others? Any other possible answer? Okay, let's look at the answers option then. Okay, so there are options in your Google form. Okay, and sample sub, we have gone through it already. Okay, so these are the options for number 1. Used, has, is, was. Okay, we look at the sentence again. Okay, he, to. Okay, we have the word to here. Okay, we have the word to. Okay, so when you match a word with the word to, okay, so it may have different meaning. Okay, so let's look at the answer option again. So you bear in mind that after each of these words, you have to, right? All right, so so you have to use this word to connect with the word to. All right. Okay. For example, A, used to. Used to. What it means? Used to. Then B, has to. C, is to, or was to. Okay. Or is there any definitely wrong answer here? Which one is obviously wrong? Was is obviously wrong. Okay. Poovan say was is obviously wrong. Why? Why was is obviously wrong? Not suitable for a word with to. Okay. Yeah, we seldom say was to. Okay. And in this case, if you look at this paragraph again, okay, look at the first sentence. Stephen Alvarez is a caver. Is. Okay, so from the first sentence, we know that, okay, basically this passage is present tense or past tense. Okay, you see, is, he travels the world. And then we have he has, okay, and also we have has. Okay, all these sentences are in present tense. Okay, so very obvious that we cannot use past tense here, correct or not? Okay, so we know that D is definitely wrong. Okay, used to, has to, or is to. So which one is the answer? Can we use has to? Okay, let's read the sentence with has to again. He has to climb mountains to reach some caves or dive deep down to search. Okay, so has to means needs to. He needs to do this. It's an obligation. Okay. If we use used to, he used to climb mountains to reach some cave. What it means? He climbed the mountains before this. Okay, he used to climb mountains before this. That means he if we say used to means he actually did this every day. Like it's like a habit. It is like his job already. Okay, so in this case we can use used to. Okay, we can use used to, even though this is a past tense, but was to cannot. Used to can. All right, understand? Okay, sometimes it's confusing. That's why you have to try to fit in the gap with each of the verb to see, to read through the sentence again and to check the meaning of the sentence again. Understand? Okay. All right, let's go through the second one. Okay, the second sentence. Okay. He has photographed some very impressive caves, including the longest in the world, Mammoth Cave in the USA, has 518 kilometers of tunnels. Okay, can you try to fit in what word here? Don't look at the answer options yet. Can you think of any word that can fit in here? Which? Who will say which? Okay, let's read again with this this word. He has photographed some very impressive cave, including the longest in the world, Mammoth Cave in the USA, which has 580 kilometers of tunnels. Okay, does it sound right? Yeah, let's look at the option. Is the word which in one of the options? A, B, C, D, right? You have which here. Can we put where here? Or who or when? Can we put who? Or which one is the definitely wrong one? Which one is definitely wrong? Who is definitely wrong because who is for person, right? For people. We cannot put who here because the sentence mentioned, you look at the thing, the object before this gap, it is Mammoth Cave in the USA. Okay, so we put which. So we choose which here. Okay, we cannot put when also because when is for time. It refers to time. Okay. All right. Proceed to the next one, number 3. Okay. Let's look at the sentence. Okay. So people sometimes ask Everest, caving is dangerous. People ask. Okay. So this is an uncertainty. It refers to uncertainty. Okay. So what should be filled in here? Okay. If caving is dangerous, let's try to read the sentence again. People sometimes ask Everest if caving is dangerous. Okay, let's go through the answers option. Okay. As, if, even, or though. You have the verb if here. Okay. So, is your answer correct? If is used to refers to thing that is not sure, right? Not certain. Okay. So all of you agree that the answer is if, or you have different answer? Okay. Any word you don't understand? Okay, let's proceed to the next one. Okay. So we are now in another paragraph. This is about underground danger. Okay, that means when the caver goes into the cave, he might have he might meet some danger. Okay, so what he does to protect himself. Okay, so let's look at number 4. Cavers carry the right. What is that? For all situation. So what did he carry? Carry means he has to bring along something. So what is the right thing that he must bring along in order to go into the cave safely? Okay. Accessories. What about the others? Do you have any other possible answers? Equipment. Okay, so let's look at the answers option. Dress, costume, equipment, or outfit. So which one is the answer? Do you know what is a dress? It's very funny if you want to bring a dress to a cave. Costume, outfit. Do you know what's the difference between dress, costume, and outfit? Okay, so maybe I show you pictures here. So this is dress. Okay. So, costume. Do you think the caver should dress like Spider-Man? Oh yeah, he should dress as Batman to go into a cave. Okay, that's funny. All right. Another one, outfits. Okay, what's outfit? Outfit is what you wear. Okay, basically what you wear. Okay, your clothes, all this. Wow, sexy outfit here. Okay. Oops. Okay, so very obvious that we know what is the answer already. Okay, all right. So before we look at the option, we look at the sentence for number 5. Okay, knee pads and gloves are important and they must wear to protect the head. So what must they wear to protect the head? Okay, you can say helmet, safety helmet. Okay, everybody agree? Okay, let's look at the options now. Very obviously, what can we wear to protect our head is to wear a helmet, cape, scarf, hoodie, or helmet. Okay, so your answer option is here. Okay, what about the others? Hoodie. Okay, do you know what is a hoodie? Okay, let's show you what is a hoodie. Okay, this is called hoodie. You know? Okay, can it protect your head? Obviously no, right? Okay. All right, let's proceed to the next one. Number 6. So this paragraph is about decorations. Okay, as you have read through very quickly just now, I think you understand that in this paragraph it is talking about some very beautiful, very beautiful rock and stones inside the caves, right? All these are formed naturally. Okay, all right, let's look at the gap number 6. But Alvarez says there are many, including some that look like popcorn and some that look like a nest of eggs. So what do you think should be filled in here? Okay, you have the word but here. That means you have to actually look at the sentence before it also. Okay. Examples of these are stalactites, which hang down from a cave ceiling, and stalagmites, which grow upwards from the cave floor. But Alvarez says there are many, including some that look like popcorn and some that look like a nest of eggs. So he is actually describing the decoration, the formation, okay, the stones inside the cave. So some stones are stalactites, some stones are stalagmites, okay, but there are many. What should you fill in here? Including some look like popcorn, some look like eggs, So what should you fill in here? Types, Payman said there are many types. Okay, what about the others? Could be the answer also, right? Okay, let's look at the options. These are the options. There are many amounts. There are many other. There are many also. There are many others. Okay, so which one could be the answer? Can you say many amounts? Can you say many? All right. Let's look at the sentence again. Okay, try to fit in these words into the gap. Okay. Alvarez says there are many amounts, including some that look like popcorn. Does it sound right? Alvarez says there are many also, including some that look like popcorn. Does it sound right? Alvarez says there are many other. including some that look like popcorn. Alvarez says there are many others, including some that look like popcorn. Okay, so which one sounds right to you? Which one is definitely wrong answer? Which one is obviously wrong? Also, yes, Heidi say also is obviously wrong. So we opt this out, we eliminate it. Okay. Amongst others. What's the difference between other and others? If you have the word many, it should be other or others. It should be others, right? If you have the word many, so it should be others. Correct. Very good. Okay, let's try again to see whether it sounds right. Okay, we have examples of this are this. But Alvarez says there are many others, including some that look like popcorn and some look like eggs. It fits right? Okay, correct. So the answer is others. Okay, all right, number 7. Okay, this is about cave creatures, means the animals that live in the cave. Okay. Animals live in caves too. Many of are eyeless. You know what's eyeless? Means they have no eye. Yes, correct. Okay. Why they have no eye? Why these animals have no eyes? This is explained here, right? They don't need eyes because there is no light in the cave. We need our eyes because we have lights everywhere. We need to see. Okay, then, but in the cave, whether you have eyes or no eyes, you still cannot see. Even though you have eyes, you also cannot see. So there's no need for an eye for the animals. So they have no eyes, you know. So fish and spiders also no eyes, you know. Okay. All right. So what should you fill in here? Without looking at the option, can you think of a word that can fit in here? Okay, Puan say many of them. What about the others? Do you have different answer? Animals live in caves too. Many of them are eyeless. Sounds right. Okay, but could you think of any other answer? Any other possible answer? Okay, let's look at the option. The option them is not here. You only have these, yeah, or that. Okay, so which is the possible answer? Which one is the answer? Or any answer that is obviously wrong, we eliminate it first. Dia is wrong, you know, okay. Dia, what is the meaning of dia? What's the difference between they, them, and dia? Dia, it refers to belongings, okay. Something belongs to them. Okay, if we translate it into Malay, it is mereka punya. Okay, so after the word dia, there must be an object. Their eyes, their books, their school, there must be an object behind it. Mereka punya. Understand? Okay, so in this case, if you look at the sentence again, is there any object after this word? Many of their, no, you don't have an object, you know. Is a verb, eyeless is an adjective, you don't have any object here. Okay, so we know that their is definitely wrong. Okay, this or that. Okay, what's the difference between that and this? Okay, some of you said something. This is for close object, that is for far object. Yes, correct. Very good. Okay, you can explain it. So if you translate into Malay, this means ini, that means itu. Understand that? Okay, so and then what is the difference between these and this? These two means ini. Dua-dua pun ini. Okay, this is ini, this is also ini. But what's the difference? In Malay, we don't have the different word, but in English, we have different word for ini. Yes, singular, plural. Which one is singular? This, yes. This is singular. These is plural. Okay, understand or not? So we can say this boy. If we say this boy means one boy only. If we say these boys, that means more than one boy. Understand or not? Okay, what is the plural of that? What's the plural of that? That is singular. Then what's the plural? Yes, the plural is those. Okay, that boy, budak itu. Okay, but one boy only. Those boys. Okay, budak-budak itu. Okay, understand? So this is the difference. Okay, so in this case, okay, let's look at the sentence again. Animals live in cave too. Many of are eyeless. So in this case, this is singular or plural in this sentence. You have the word many, you have the word are. So is this singular or plural? Plural, right? Okay, so what is the answer? Which one is plural? So any question here? Are you confused? Okay, let's continue with the next one. So this kind of question often related to grammar. It often tests your knowledge on grammar and vocabulary. Okay, all right. This is the last paragraph. It's about the threats of the cave. You know what threat means? What threat means? Yeah, ancaman. Yes, the dangers faced by the cave. Okay, let's look at the first sentence. Explorers like Everest know how important it is to caves. Okay, so you have the word to. So you know here must be followed by a verb, right? An action. Okay, so what do they do to what are they going to do to the cave? You know? So any possible answer here? Okay, maybe we can look at the following sentence also to give you some tips. The following sentence say pollution is one threat. Okay, pollution. You know what's pollution, right? Okay, it's mentioned that pollution is one of the threats of the cave. Okay, so it is important to what? What should you do? What the explorer should do to the cave to avoid pollution? What should they do? Okay, Kylie say protect. Okay, let's look at the options. Oh, you have the option protect here. Okay, but we still look at the other options to make sure that your answer is correct. Okay, save, rescue, defend. Okay, so out of A, B, C, D, which one is the most suitable answer to this sentence? Okay. Explorer like Everest know how important it is to save caves, to rescue caves, to protect caves, to defend caves. Which one is the most suitable one? What do you all think? Is Kylie's answer correct? Kylie say is protect, to protect caves. Do you all agree with the answer? Okay, let's look at number 9. A caver can destroy in minutes what took thousands of years to form. Okay, a caver. So we know that here in this situation, What kind of word should be filled up here in this gap? It must be a word that describes the caver. What kind of caver, right? So it should be a noun or verb or adjective here. It must be an adjective, right? An adjective that describes the caver. Okay, so what kind of caver can destroy in minutes what took thousands of years to form? What took thousands of years to form? Thousands of years to form. This refers to the decorations in the cave, you know. In the previous paragraph, it mentioned about these things like stalactites, stalagmites. Okay, all these decorations, all these formations, all these fantastic shapes. Actually, they took thousands of years to form, you know. Okay, but if someone go in and then didn't walk carefully or didn't handle carefully, they can destroy these things in minutes. And for example, maybe he accidentally fall down on something, and then it can destroy these things. You know? Okay. So let's look at the answer options. Okay, for number 9, a casual caver. Is it a messy caver, a fast caver, or a careless caver that can destroy these things? What do you think? Okay, who will say careless? Everybody agree? Anyone you don't understand here? What is messy? Messy means not tidy, not clean. Okay, or it's like after you eat, the place become very messy, full of dirty food around, you know. Okay, this is called messy. Okay. No, so which one is the most suitable word? Okay, your friend has already given the answer. Okay, now let's look at the last one. That's responsible caver say, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, kill nothing but time. These sentences are very meaningful, right? You always, if you go to some travel spots, you know, so you can see these words also, especially those places are full of natural surroundings. They often have this word, take nothing but pictures. That means you don't take anything from there. You don't take the flower, you don't take the leaves, you don't take the stones, you know, but you can take pictures. All right. Leave nothing but footprints. Do not leave your belongings there. Do not leave any rubbish there, but you can leave your footprints there. Okay. Kill nothing but time. Don't kill the animal, but you can kill your time there. Okay, kill your time, that means you spend your time there. Understand? Okay, all right. So here it says, that's responsible caver say. So what should you fill in here for number 10? Any possible answer? Okay, who will say why? That's why responsible caver say. Okay, let's see whether you have this option. Yeah, that's how, that's because, that's why, or that's so. Okay, so the answer is very obvious, right? Okay, so do you understand now? Any question before we proceed to the next activity? Okay, let's proceed to the next activity. Okay, you can see this activity in your textbook also. Find these words in the text and use them to complete the definitions below. Okay, these are all the words that you can find in the passage just now. You have the word capture, crawl, destroy, explore, flow, and surround. Okay, if you're not sure with the meaning, you can look at the text again. You can look at the text again. Like for example, these the underlined words. These are the underlined words in the text. Okay, for example, the word flow. Polluted water from farms or business can flow into caves. So you roughly from this sentence you know that what's the meaning of flow. Okay, destroying decorations. We know what is destroying decorations. Okay, and killing animals. You have destroying decorations and killing animals. So roughly you know destroying and killing have similar meaning, but it is not for animal, it is for the decorations. Okay, so what it means. Okay. Let's look at all the underlying words in the text. They can capture their food. This refers to the eyeless animal, right? Not you know, they can move around and they know what's nearby. They can capture their food without eye ever seeing the victim. Capture their food. That means they catch the food, right? Okay, what is their food? Some small insects, bugs, and they can catch it without even seeing them. Okay, so you look at these underlined words in the passage and read through the sentences. Then you will be able to know roughly what it means, right? We have two words here also in the introductory paragraph. Deep underground, darkness surrounds you. The word surrounds, what it means. It means darkness is all around you. It's all around you. Okay, it's in front of you, at the back, and also at your left and at your right. Okay, it means surround. Okay, the next word, you're a caver and you want to explore. It's twisting tunnels. Okay, you want to explore things. Explore, you go into the cave and you study the cave, so this is called explore. Okay, any other underlying word here? Okay, we don't have in first paragraph. One more word. Okay, crawl. This leaves their hands free to climb and crawl. What do you need to do is an action in the cave. You not only need to climb, sometimes you need to crawl. What is crawl? Crawl means you don't walk. You crawl like a baby. The babies, when they have not learned how to walk, they crawl, right? They crawl on their hands and knees. This is called crawl. Okay, so basically from these sentences, you already know the meaning of these words. Okay, so now let's look at this exercise. Can I see answer number 2 is destroy. Everybody agree? To destroy means to damage something completely. Putri answer number 5 is crawl. Okay, let's look at number 5. To crawl means to move slowly along the ground on hands and knees. Yes. Okay, so that is the answer. Okay, what about the others? Mayan say number 4 is explore. Okay, number 4, to explore means to travel around an area to learn about it. Okay, correct. Okay, Brian has the answer already. Okay, Brian says surround. To surround means to be all around something or someone. Everybody agree? Okay, Vincent's number 6, flow with a question mark. Not very sure. Let's look at number 6. To flow means to move easily in one direction. Correct or not? Everyone agree? Oh, Jihao. Capture. Okay. Capture. To capture means to catch someone or something. Okay. So all your friends has given the answer. So we proceed to the next one. So this is all the activities that we have done today. Okay, so lastly, before we end the lesson, I want you to type at least one new word or expression, not necessarily a word, can be an expression. Expression means like it can be a phrase, it can be one whole sentence. Okay, like sometimes you don't know how to say something in a sentence in English, so and you have learned this in this lesson, then you can type it here also. Okay, at least one. At least one, that means you can have more than one. All right, I think that's all for today's lesson. I will see you again next week. So we can end our lesson here. You can leave the meeting now. All right, see you next week. Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.